Lots of people asking me that they want wavy hair. So in this video, I will tell you a method that will help you to get that wavy hair just at home. And trust me, it will be the easiest tutorial you have ever done at home. The method is called hair-perming, and it will be done in 7 easy steps. But before we get into the process, understanding hair-perming is very important. Otherwise, you will end up destroying your hair. It is a chemical process that changes the structure of your hair to create waves or curls. The perm solution breaks down the bonds in your hair to reshape it into a new form. A perm can be a great way to add long-lasting waves to your hair without using heat styling tools daily. Step 1. You might be wondering, Ali, can my hair be permed? Well, most hair types can be permed, but there are a few things to consider. First, a perm is a great way to add some wave and texture if you have naturally straight hair. It works especially well on hair that is at least medium length or longer, as shorter hair might not hold the waves as well. If your hair is already curly or wavy, you can still get a perm, but keep in mind that the result will likely be more defined curls or waves rather than a big change in texture. On the other hand, if your hair is extremely damaged from previous chemical treatments like bleaching or straightening, you should hold off on getting a perm. Since the process involves chemicals that can be dried, doing a perm on already damaged hair could cause breakage or excessive dryness. In this case, consider focusing on repairing your hair first before attempting a perm. Step number 2. Before you even start the perming process, it is important to prepare your hair and gather everything you need. You will need to get a perm kit. These kits typically include perm solution, neutralizer, and rods or rollers for wrapping your hair. There are 2 kinds of perm solutions, alkaline and acid. You need to pick the right one for your hair, or you might not get the results you want, or worse, it could damage your hair. Use an alkaline solution if your hair is Asian, coarse, fine, resistant, or doesn't stretch much. Use an acid solution if your hair is damaged, weak, colored, or stretches easily. Choose a kit specifically designed for the type of perm you want to achieve. There are different types depending on whether you want tight curls or looser waves. Since we are focusing on wavy hair, look for a kit designed for larger, looser curls or waves. Other things that you will need are a comb, a towel, a cape or old t-shirt to protect your clothes, some plastic gloves, and a timer. Make sure you're working in a well-ventilated space because the chemicals in the perm solution have a strong odor. Step 3. Start by washing your hair with a gentle shampoo. Don't use a conditioner, just wash and rinse thoroughly. You want your hair to be clean but not coated with any heavy products, as these can interfere with the perm solution. After washing, towel dry your hair so it is damp but not dripping wet. Now it is time to section your hair. This step is really important because it helps you work more easily and ensures that the perm solution is applied evenly. Use a comb to divide your hair into sections. The number of sections depend on how thick your hair is, but typically, you will need to create 4 to 6 sections. Clip each section in place with hair clips to keep them separated. Step number 4. Now comes the part where you start shaping your wave. Wrap your hair around the perm rods. Choose the size of rods that will give you the look you're going for. For wavy hair, you will want to use larger rods, as smaller ones create tighter curls. Working with one section of hair at a time, take a small piece of hair and wrap it around a rod. Start wrapping from the ends of your hair and roll the rod upward toward the scalp. Make sure to keep the hair tight around the rod, but not so tight that it pulls on your scalp. You should feel a little bit of tension, but it shouldn't be uncomfortable. Once you wrap the piece of hair around the rod, secure it in place with the band that comes with the rod. Repeat this process for each section of your hair until your entire head is wrapped in perm rods. I suggest taking your time with this step and trying to be as neat as possible, as this is what is going to determine the shape and look of your waves. Step number 5. Now that your hair is wrapped in rods, it is time to apply the perm solution. Make sure you're wearing plastic gloves to protect your hands, as the chemicals can be harsh on your skin. Before applying the solution, drape a towel or a cape over your shoulders to protect your clothes from any drips. Most perm kits come with an applicator bottle that makes it easier to apply the solution, working section by section to carefully squeeze the perm solution onto each rod. You want to saturate the hair completely, but you don't need to use too much product, just enough to cover the hair thoroughly. Once you've applied the perm solution, cover your hair with a plastic cap that often comes in the perm kit to help the solution process your hair. The amount of time you'll leave the solution on will vary depending on the type of perm kit you're using and the texture of your hair. Check the instructions on the kit for the recommendation time and be sure to set a timer so you don't overprocess your hair. Typically, it takes 10 to 20 minutes for the perm solution to do its work. Step number 6. After the perm solution has been processed for the recommendation time, it is time to rinse your hair. Don't remove the rods yet. You will want to rinse with the rods still in place. Use lukewarm water and thoroughly rinse your hair for about 5 minutes. It is really important to rinse well to remove all traces of the perm solution. Once your hair is rinsed, gently blot it with a towel to remove excess water. Be careful not to disturb the rods. Now it is time to apply neutralizer. The neutralizer is a very important step in the perm process because it helps set your waves and lock in the shape. Again, working section by section, apply the neutralizer to each rod, making sure the hair is completely saturated. Once all the rods have been neutralized, leave the neutralizer on for the time specified in the kit instructions, usually about 5 minutes. Step number 7. After the neutralizer has been processed, you can finally remove the rods. Start at the bottom of your hair and carefully unwrap each rod. You should already start to see the wavy shape forming as you remove the rods. Once all the rods are out, it is time for the final rinse. Again, rinse your hair with lukewarm water for several minutes to remove the neutralizer completely. Be gentle during this step. You don't want to pull or tug at your newly permed hair. After rinsing, gently blot your hair with a towel. Avoid rubbing or twisting your hair as it is still delicate at this point. Let your hair air dry naturally or use a diffuser attachment on a low heat setting if you prefer to speed up the drying process. Now that you've got your new waves, it is really important to take care of your hair properly to maintain the look and keep it healthy. Avoid washing the hair for the first 48 hours after perming it, as this can weaken the curl pattern and cause your waves to fall out. Also, avoid using any heat styling tools like straighteners or curling irons during this time. After the first couple of days, you can go back to washing your hair, but be sure to use a gentle shampoo and conditioner that is designed for chemically treated hair. I recommend avoiding shampoos with sulfates as these can be drying and causing your hair to become brittle. It is also a good idea to deep condition your hair regularly to keep it moisturized and prevent any damage from the perming process. Look for a deep conditioning treatment that is specifically designed for curly or wavy hair, as these products tend to be more hydrating. When styling your wavy hair, try using a leave-in conditioner or a curl-enhancing product to help define your waves and keep them looking their best. Avoid using heavy products that can weigh your hair down, and be gentle when combing or brushing to avoid frizz. The middle part hairstyle looks really good on wavy hair. If you want to achieve that, watch this video.